In this lesson, we will be learning about breakpoints, how to set and remove breakpoints, and how to use F9 to run to the breakpoints. Let's get started. Let's open the untitled one crack me. We run with x64dbg. The first thing we need to do is to run to the entry point, F9. So we are at the entry point. This is an example of a breakpoint I set earlier. So to set a breakpoint, you just have to double click in this column to set a breakpoint. To remove a breakpoint, you double click again. So if you wanted to set a breakpoint here, you double click and you press F9 and it will run all the program line by line until you reach this line. So let's press F9 and you see it has come here. Then you can remove the breakpoint by double clicking, and then you can set a new breakpoint by double clicking here. Press F9 again and it will run this code. It will execute this instruction and then come to here and stop. So now when you are here, you can remove the breakpoint if you want by double clicking and then press F8. And then now here, if you want to set another breakpoint, you can set it here if you like, or here, anywhere you like. But it has to be the next in the path of the execution. That means it must be reachable when the program runs. So certain parts of the code are not reachable by default. So you need to be careful where you set the breakpoint. So in this case, we can be sure that this instruction will be reachable because we are now here and the code will just execute in sequence. So if we press F9, it will execute all the code and reach here. If you press F9 again, it will execute all the code here and come to here and stop. So when it hits a breakpoint, it will pause. As you can see on the bottom left, it says pause. int3 means breakpoint. So you can remove the earlier breakpoint by double clicking and double clicking. Then you can continue execution by pressing F8. Then if you want to set another breakpoint, you can set it somewhere where the execution will come across the instruction. So the next instructions will all be executed are all in this path. So you can be sure if you set a breakpoint here, it will definitely reach eventually. So let's press F9 now after setting this breakpoint. And sure enough, it executed all instructions and hit this breakpoint. And so now the jump will not be taken, as you can see, and this is also not red in color, so it will just move on to the next line. So you press F8, it will keep on moving. Then if you want to put another breakpoint, you can just double click here. So you can set as many breakpoints as you want, and if you want to see all the breakpoints that you have set, you can click on this tab, breakpoints, and you can see the breakpoints that has been set and the address of where they are. For example, this is the first breakpoint, so you can double click on this and go there. And then this is the second breakpoint, you can double click on this and you can go there. So the address is here, 4011E9 refers to this address, and the second breakpoint 401204 refers to the second breakpoint, like that. So we can just remove the breakpoint by double clicking here, or we can even remove the breakpoint from here by pressing delete on our keyboard or right click remove. Then go back to CPU. Okay, so that's how you set and remove breakpoints. And breakpoints are also useful for exiting loops. So let's find a loop. So we just press F8 and try to find a loop. Just keep pressing F8. And try to find a loop. Yes, I think we found a loop. So if you keep pressing F8, it will keep on looping and looping and looping and looping. Sometimes you do not want to keep on pressing F8 to keep on looping. So what do? We can set breakpoints outside of the loop. But first, you must determine where will the code exit the loop. So if you press F8, the only place where it can exit the loop is here, because over here is repeating the loop. From here, it will just repeat. So the only place where it can exit is here. So you should set a breakpoint probably outside here, because from here it will jump outside the loop. So you set a breakpoint here. And now if you press F9, true enough, it has run over the loop until it exited the loop. So now you're outside the loop, and you can remove the breakpoint and continue F8 like this. So this is how we use breakpoints. So that is all for this lesson. I will see you in the next one.